Welcome home, guys. This is Nathan HoMaLoN Mahoney, and welcome to the first episode of Food Wars, where I try to recreate some of the tasty dishes from the series Shokugeki no Soma. This series has an over-the-top approach to contemporary dishes that even I at first wasn't sure if these meals were legitimate or not, but after listening to them in the anime explain the science behind preparing the foods, and lots of Googling, I decided that there's only one way to find out. With that being said, kicking off this episode, I'm going to attempt to cook the Chaliapin, cannot get it right, Chaliapin Steak Don, which debuted in episode 7 of the anime and chapter 13 of the manga, where Soma Yukihira faces off against the meat master Ikumi Mito in a Shokugeki cook-off. The Chaliapin steak is an original Japanese steak. It is a dish made in 1936 for the Russian opera singer Fyodor Chaliapin when he visited Japan. So at this time when he was visiting Japan, he had a toothache and he wanted to eat something tender. The dish was devised to answer his request. So I'm trying to make this as accurate to the anime as possible. So starting this off, I got myself some beef sirloin steak. They have rice, which I'm going to try right here. They have sticks of butter. I use unsalted butter, so I have Land O'Lakes unsalted butter. I have the onions. I have black pepper and salt, which is the basic, I should say, archetype skeleton to making this thing. Then we have Soma's twist to it. All of this, I should say, is in episode 6, where he's making it and then he understands it. Now, in episode 7, when he actually does the wars, he adds some other things to the mix to give the judges the foodgasmic experience. He adds red wine. I'm going to try red cooking wine. Like I said, I'm going to make it as accurate as possible. He has soy sauce. I'm using the Tamari gluten-free soy sauce. Potato starch. And this guy that I just picked up, Umeboshi Paste, which is also the pickled plum paste. I picked this up, I live in New York, so I picked this up in around 5th Avenue and 41st Street at a Japanese mark called Sunshine Mark. And we have this here. Now granted, I'm not as nice as this guy, so it may take me a little bit for me to cut up this onion. Following the steps, he dices the onion, so I'm going to try dicing these onions also. And then also for the steak, what he does, I noticed that he sliced the steak in a grid and then he mallet it out with a mallet. I think I have a mallet somewhere here. I will get to that after I'm done cutting these onions. Let's go. I probably might fast forward this video just so I could, speed up the process. Yeah, I'm cutting these things fat. Should probably take my time for the purpose of the video, but I mean, these guys are going to get diced up regardless. All right, and who knows if this thing comes out to be a success, either delicious, then I've learned something new. If it comes out to be a disaster, then I guess I'll just leave this to the professionals. It's always good to experiment with something new. Cooking is also a viable tool to have, when you're trying to survive. And here we go. Let's try to cut some onions. And if you guys have any tips on how I should do some of these things, let me know. Please let me know. I think the reason why I cut the way I do is I'm kind of afraid of cutting myself. Years ago, of me trying to experiment cooking on my own when I was younger, I definitely cut myself. So I do take my time when I cut. Alright, let's cut up these onions. Yeah guys, I got a bigger knife. That small knife wasn't quite cutting it. So right now I'm still mincing the onions. And if I take too long, like once again, I am going to stop the video and resume it to the next step where I'm cutting grid patterns onto the Sirlion Steak. Okay, right here I minced the onions. Now I'm getting ready to prepare the beef now. They didn't show this in the anime, but what I'm going to do is just rinse it off. Let the excess blood off or any other things that I don't want in my food. Just rinse that off a bit. Or maybe I wasn't supposed to rinse it off. I probably should have just left it as it is, as I've seen in the anime. But I'm going to rinse it off. I'm not trying to die here. Okay, so next thing he does, he slices it in a grid pattern. Let me do that. Okay, 1 second. Rinse my hands here. Alright, so I'm not sure if he lightly slices it or he actually gently slices it. So I'm just going to just slice it. I mean, whoa, it actually does slice it. Interesting. Alright, so I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to cut it into pieces or chunks, but I'm just going to slice it just enough so it's in the grid as I've seen it in the anime series. Let's slice this. Slicing, well, to me it's vertically. It might be horizontally for you guys. So, slicing vertically first. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have the little sniffles. Onions is making me cry, you know? It's that time. Okay, here we go. Oops, almost sliced it in half. Alright, now let's grit it up. Grit it up. Alright. I don't know if you can see with the onions in the way, but I am making, or attempting to make the grid as best as I can. I'll show you guys my grid in a bit. Okay, the next, whoops. Alright, so the next step, as what Soma did in the anime, is that he pounded out flat, I guess, to tenderize it more. And I think the grid patterns to create some openings so the onions can seep through into the skin. So I got my little mallet here. I'm going to start pounding away as he does. Probably not so hard because this thing is a little tender and I don't want to make it completely ruined. Like pulp it up. And so far so good. It is staying true to its however the anime says it. It pounds it out, flattens it out quite a bit, and I guess yeah, the grid's supposed to spread it out a little more. Alright. So I pound it out. Next thing I should do, I'm going to take these onions and I'm going to cover the front and bottom with it as instructed in the anime. Alright, let's make my bed of onions first. Put it at the bottom because I got to seep on both sides. Then up comes the steak. Then put the rest on the top. Hopefully there's enough onions. If not, also forgot to note that from what I see, they use white onions. I don't see any red onions or those orange colored onions. So white onions I think is more potent anyway. Stronger in my opinion. And got some fresh ones too. Alright, hopefully that's good. Alright. So alright, come here, big piece of steak. Get on top of that. Oh yeah. Alright, number 2, get on top of that. I should note that they don't let you know how long you're supposed to, I guess, let it sit on the onions. So, for the purpose of this, for me, I think 15 minutes is a good number. I'm going to do that. Come back in 15 minutes. There you go. Let's completely cover these guys. Dang. I probably have not completely covered it. Might have to cut more onions. Dang. Dang. Why you gotta be so big? Alright. Alright. So, I guess that'll do, I guess. Let it sit. And the time now 8:13. This is what I got. Sort of not completely covered. Ran out of onions, but let's let it sit for now. Like I said, I am going to try to make it as close as possible. Alright. Okay, see you in 15 minutes. Okay, so my 15 minutes is up. Right now, there we go. There goes my YouTube guide. Not YouTube guide, but the anime guide. Alright, so next step for me to do is now remove the onions and season the meat with salt and pepper. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, alright. How can I do this without making such a mess? I removed the onions. I'm getting ready to put it back into the bowl. Yeah, I just had to rewatch episode 6. The purpose of the onions is that they contain enzymes that tenderize meat. So we're actually looking for a nice soft sirloin steak at the end of this. So I'm going to put this back in here. I'm going to season the salt and pepper. Not season salt and pepper. Season the steak with salt and pepper. And then get ready to pop that on the stove.
Alright, try not to lose everything.
Wait. There we go. It's black pepper time. So let's season this bad boy up. Make sure we got the sides. Just sprinkling that black pepper. It's salt time. I use the kosher salt. Kosher salt's good for you. Not so much. Don't want to ruin the meat. Alright. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to switch the sides. Alright, so this butter is actually waiting for a while. It wants to get in there. As you can see, it's starting melting. Got 15-minute wait. Let's put this in there now. Come here, butter. Get in there. Get in. I'm going to have to use. Alright. Okay. Use a butter knife. We're going to stick this butter knife here so I can scoop it up better. And we're going to put that over. I'm going to use my judgment on how high I'm going to make this. They don't specify too well in the anime where your stove should be. I mean, this is it's an anime for entertainment, so they don't tell you everything per se. So I'm just gonna leave it. My stove goes on the scale from, I guess, high to low, 8 being mid high and 2 being the lowest. So I'm just gonna put it somewhere like 6 in between, like 5. I'm gonna scoop the butter in there. All right. Okay, I'm going to scoop another piece of butter in there too. Might be a lot of butter, but actually I think I have more than enough butter. I think this is good. This is good. Yeah, that's enough butter. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the next step I have to do. Alright, so I'm up to this part now. Apparently the butter is still there, it doesn't have completely melt. So let's do that now. And it's sizzling, so if it's sizzling, that means I have to get this a little high. Alright, I'm going to put our first steak on there. Oops. Ooh, it's sizzling. See that? See that? Well, it's not sizzling yet. Okay. Okay, so, alright, as it's sizzling and it's making its nice beef juices, I'm going to start preparing the rice. Alright. think that should be enough, I guess, water for my rice while this is sizzling here. The next thing I'm gonna make right now is the cornstarch thickness thingy. I had to look online how to make it real quick. I guess technically they say 1 cup. They say 1 cup and like 2 spoons of the potato starch. So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna blend it up. So that goes into the juices of the beef when I'm done. So I'm probably going to try to do. All right. Oh my gosh, the effect is already starting. It smells good. That's a good thing. I'm doing something right. It's the bottom. All right, I'm probably gonna flip over. I don't think he flips yet. I'm gonna flip this over. Oh my gosh, it smells too good. Ooh, juices. Oh man. Okay. I control myself so I don't eat this before it's ready. Take 1 scoop. Put that in there. Take another scoop. Put that in there. Okay. I'm gonna blend this up. That up. Okay, I think that's nicely mixed enough. Alright. The steak is sure taking a sweet time. I want to eat that thing already. Alright. Guess I can be patient just a little more. Probably increase the temp. Get that juices of it. Let the juices come out. So far so good, guys. So far so good. It's starting to really look promising. I think I'm going to get the red wine ready. Throw that up on there. Alright. Red wine and the soy sauce. Soy sauce has to be burnt. That's what this girl says. Not to mention the flavors are rounded off with burnt soy sauce. Alright, so I just removed the first steak. Grid wise, it looks pretty alright. It is giving a nice smell. I am going to do the other 2s that I have here. Put another stick of butter. And then when I get all the juices together, then I'm going to start making the Soy sauce. I'm up to the last step where I put the onions into it. But before I do that, I have to deglaze it with the pan with cooking oil to get that, I guess, graviness. So let's do that. Let's pour some of that in here. The red wine is inside the sauce. Alright, next step. Alright, next step is the cornstarch. According to what this guy is saying. Thicken with cornstarch. I see a teaspoon, but interesting. This thing smells interesting. Alright. Let's I'm gonna blend it one more time just so I can get the cornstarch to move about. And I'm going to pour it in there. Okay, it's moving about. I'll put the rice on low. Is it ready? It might be ready. Okay, pour some of this cornstarch in there. Holy smokes. Alright. Dang, it made a hole into it. Let's stir. Oh, wow! It thickened it. Science! Wow. Wow. It instantly turned it into a gravy. Wow. Okay, they really were... Okay, they really would know what they was talking about in this anime. Wow. Okay, we learned something new. Wow, cornstarch. Look at that. Look how gooey that thing is. Okay, it's a good thing I didn't throw it all. Starting to smell real nice. It's really starting to smell real nice. It's like a mixture of like bread with, I think that's the, not cornstarch, potato starch. It's like a bread smell with, oh my gosh. It looks like it's growing. Okay, so I'm supposed to make this burn out a little bit before throwing this, wow, I feel like I want to throw in more potato starch. Alright, holy smokes, look at this, guys. Alright, I'm going to throw in some soy sauce now. I think that's what happens next. Not to mention the flavors are rounded off with burnt soy sauce. Alright, so, let's throw in the soy sauce. Let's mix that up a bit. And then, there we go, the soy sauce is burning up. That's how I like to see it. And then, that's when I put the thing in. The onions. Alright, this thing is ready for the onions. Alright, let's see if I can hold it again. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Yo, Shane, how'd that smell? Huh? Alright, so I'm up to the last step. I think I might have messed up by putting a little bit too much cornstarch. I actually just should have just used a teaspoon as I seen on the anime. But I think I added a little water, but I think I should be alright. The rice and the bowl, and I'm about to sprinkle some pixie dust on this guy. See if it got the flavor. And here we go. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to mix it. It doesn't look the way how I thought. I'll probably mix it with a small spoon. Right. Oh, this thing is hot. It's getting off a nice smell. Wow, it's amazing smell. Okay. Alright. It's mixed in. Look at that. Oh man, see, I might have messed up again. I probably should have pounded it the way how I felt, because I thought it was going to turn into a pulp. But apparently, according to the anime, the way how they describe it, they say that they want it to, I guess, slither down your throat as if you're drinking it. I didn't put too much pressure, and it's a little tough. But let's see anyway how it's going to work out. Like I said, I'm not Soma, but directions work out. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. There we go. Ooh. Thing is hot. Alright. And that's where I boo-booed again too. I didn't have, well, this is what it looks like, my attempt at it. There's no gooey sauce, it's more thick because I add too much potato starch. I keep saying cornstarch. I added too much potato starch. Well, like I said, they didn't exactly say it, but in the anime, they showed the spoon pouring in episode 7, so I probably should have just used a teaspoon instead of like pouring. I guess 1/4 of a cup, because this is 1 cup here, and I put in 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. So I probably should put in like, I guess, as it is. All right, so I want to have a designated tester. I want to test it out first, but because I don't want any sort of dust. All right, let's go. I need chopsticks for this. Right, that's how to do it. Alright, there we go. We got the chopsticks. Ikatekamas. No, it doesn't cut the way how they do it in the anime. Alright. Well, it was a great try. But let's see how the effects that I get when I try it. Oh man. Alright. Okay, it's hot. I want to see if I get that experience that all the judges faced, including Ikumi. So let's see. The way how they have everything in one bite. Got a piece of that in there. Wow! I kid you not. Wow! Wow! Wow!
Deal on the Amelia all-leather sofa, now $799. The Crestwood or Dubwood 7-piece dining set, just $999. Save big on the Tribeca Queen bed, only $299. And the Wentley 7-piece aluminum outdoor dining set, $999. Get special financing on the furniture purchase of $499.
Yeah, my brother has a straight face. He's the type of guy who's on Gordon Ramsay status, so he doesn't really like. For him to say that, I think I did a good job. All right, let's conclude this up. So, it came out as delicious and not a disaster. I realized that there's certain things I did make a mistake on, but nevertheless, it did come out good. So imagine if I didn't make a mistake and I made the meat just as tender as Soma did in the anime, then I think I'd be reaching A+++ status with a whole bunch of gold stars over it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I would like to hear suggestions of what you want me to do for the next episode. Just like, comment, subscribe. The more likes I get and suggestions that I get, then I'll consider doing the next episode. So you guys gotta like my stuff and share it to your friends. Let them know, and then if I see the comments of the next thing I should attempt, the next dish I should attempt, then I'll get right into it. Also, just keep in mind that, you know, I'd have to do this in the time when I do get paid too, because if you guys want me to do some over-the-top meal that this guy does, then, you know, I don't know how I'm going to do it if it is too pricey. But most of the stuff that Soma does is relatively inexpensive, and he makes it work. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Food Wars. This series has an over-the-top. The Chaliapin steak is an original Japanese steak. It is a dish that was made in the 1938